You are listening to Talking Images, the official podcast of icmforum.com.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Adam, better known on the ICM forum as Blocko. The last time I hosted a Talking Images episode, which was last year, it was for what we called the Big Quiz Show. And now I'm back as host for the Big Quiz Show Part 2. Once again, we're having a movie trivia contest. I think this will be a very fun episode. I'll explain the rules in a moment, but first, let's meet our contestants. Please introduce yourself, beginning with our returning champion, Saul.
Hi, it's Sol from Australia. I don't know what else I'm meant to say to introduce myself. Anybody who listens to the podcast regularly will know who I am, and I am nervous as defending champion. We'll see how tonight goes.
We will see. You should have some more bravado as the returning champion. You're going to crush everyone. Let's go now to our other returning contestant, who was runner-up last time, Mathieu.
Hi everyone, I'm Mathieu from France. I haven't been on the podcast in a while. I'm a pretty rusty, so I don't know if I'll reiterate my performance, but hopefully I can do well. We'll see.
All right, and we have two new contestants this time. Let's start with Chris.
Well, I was very jealous listening in on the contest last time. I don't know how well I'll do because the categories have been kept mostly secret from us. So if it's not directly related or to do with my specific niches, I might have forgotten everything. So a bit of trepidation. Let's see. But there's always writing in the chat. There's no art house category, or at least he hopes there's not. So if there's not, I'll definitely have a harder time too. So let's see if I can be a challenge to Saul or not. Probably not.
We'll see. And Clem.
Yes, hi everyone. This is Clem from France. I'm very excited to do this quiz show. I love quizzes, even though I'm usually pretty terrible at them. So we'll see how it goes. So very, very happy to be here.
All right. Thanks to all of our contestants for joining. So here's how this quiz show will work. We will have 4 rounds of questions, each with a different topic. And each round will have 8 questions for a total of 32 questions. Each time I ask a question, a different contestant will get the first chance to answer. If he cannot answer correctly, the other contestants will have a chance to steal that point. For example, if it's Chris's turn to answer first and he gets it wrong, then Clem will get a chance to steal, then Mathieu, and then Sol. And that, by the way, is the order we will use for the first 2 rounds. We will start by going in alphabetical order: Chris, Clem, Mathieu, Sol, and then we'll reverse for the final 2 rounds to keep things fair. I want to invite our audience to play along as you listen to this contest. You might want to see if you can get the answer to this question yourself and award yourself a point, and then at the end figure out whether you have more points than our contestants. I think we're ready to go. Any questions from our contestants?
None, and I guess I'm first, so fire away.
For the first round, you have to identify the title of a movie after I give you its plot description from IMDb. But there's a twist. Every movie has a year in the title. For example, the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey would be a possible answer. So would Wonder Woman 1984. All right, let's begin. And with the first question, Chris has the first chance to answer. So here's the IMDb plot description for this movie. After her mother's death, 6-year-old Frida is sent to her uncle's family to live with them in the countryside. But Frida finds it hard to forget her mother and adapt to her new life. Chris, do you know what movie this is?
No, not at all. I'm really trying to think. There's obviously several films that have characters go on moving with their family relatives, but the one with a year in the title? No. Wait. I think I know. Summer 1993.
All right. Good get, Chris. I was going to be upset if you didn't get that because I remember this being a favorite of yours. I think I watched it on your recommendation.
Yes. Wow. No, I've been just completely blanking. That's one of my favorite films from 2017, if not my favorite. So, wow. Good thing my brain kicked in. It's hard to start off the round.
All right. Well done. Yes, I feel like you mind palaced yourself to the correct answer there. So the point goes to Chris, and for the second question, Clem will get the first chance. So here's the IMDb description for this movie. A frustrated writer struggles to keep his family alive when a series of global catastrophes threatens to annihilate mankind? Clem, do you know the title of this movie?
Okay, so the plot sounds familiar. Now let me think. I think I may have seen this film actually. Trying to think of the title. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to. Yeah, I don't remember what the name is. So yeah, I don't know.
That's all right. There are 10,000 years of human history to choose from, so a lot of possibilities. The chance now goes to Mathieu. Do you know the title of this movie?
Maybe is that I think the one Emmerich movie 2012.
That is correct. Yes, this is 2012. One of the few movies in this quiz that I actually haven't seen, so I don't know if it's any good. Have you seen it?
No, I
Okay.
haven't.
There's a big advantage in being able to correctly answer for movies you haven't seen. All right, so point goes to Mathieu, and he'll get a chance to add to that total because he'll have the first chance for this next question. So for our third question, here's the plot description. In blank, a young and disoriented British soldier is accidentally abandoned by his unit following a riot on the deadly streets of Belfast. Mathieu, do you know the title of this movie?
I have no idea. I'm going to say 1917, even though it's clearly wrong.
There were British soldiers in Ireland in 1917,
exactly.
so not the worst guess, but no, that is not correct. So the chance now goes to Saul.
I think it's the movie that's called 71, or it's like an apostrophe then 7-1. I think that's the film.
That is correct. Yes, we even got the punctuation mark. Yes, this is 71. It's a pretty good movie. I recommend it. Saul steals that point, and Saul now has the chance to double up because he'll have the first chance with question 4. Here's the plot description. A cowboy's obsession with a stolen rifle leads to a bullet-ridden odyssey through the American West. Saul, do you know this movie?
Not offhand. So it's about a cowboy, and he's stolen a rifle, or it's a rifle that he's trying to find that's been stolen. Instead of the American West, because of course you're the biggest Westerns fan on here.
Thank you. I'll take that honor.
Look, at least this time it's not going to be a Sergio Leone film that I'm going to miss. So I'm just trying to think. So rifle. So I'm thinking, or maybe the gun might be in the title of the film. I haven't seen this one, so I don't know if it's correct, but I'm going to take a stab in the dark with Winchester 73.
Very impressive, Saul. Well done. I'm impressed by all of you getting the answers for movies you haven't seen. It is Winchester 73. It is the name of the rifle and the rifle model in the title. Very impressive. And it's a good movie. I recommend it. All right. So we're going to go back to the beginning again. And Chris is up for the 5th question. So in this movie, here's our plot description. A group of German soldiers fight on the front line in France at the end of World War I.
At the end of World War I, German soldiers. It's not going to be that obscure. It's not going to be like West Front 1918. It's going to be no. I don't really know. I'm going to say West Front 1918, the German movie, but it's probably probably not.
Chris, it is West Front 1918. Well done.
Oh, wow. Okay. I thought that was going to be too obscure. I'm so happy about that. Whew.
I'm so glad you didn't wander away from that answer, especially after announcing it. And if you had guessed something else, you would have left West Front 1918 into the next person. So yes, this is the G.W. Pabst movie, West Front 1918.
Great film, by the way.
Yeah, it is good. It's good. I've seen so many American and British World War I movies. It's good to see a German one. All right, we go to Clem with the next IMDb plot description. A simple yet proud farmer in the year blank conspires to murder his wife for financial gain, convincing his teenage son to assist, but their actions have unintended consequences. Clem, do you know this movie?
No, the plot doesn't sound familiar. So to assist. What can this be? Okay, so I'm guessing the year. Yeah, the year has to be in the title. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Care to take a while to guess?
No, nothing comes to mind. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I don't know.
Okay, then we will go on to Mathieu. Do you know this movie?
I do not. It does not sound familiar at all. I'm going to try a movie that it's probably not again, but I haven't seen it, so maybe. You never know. Germany Year Zero, which is a great film apparently, but I haven't seen it, so
It
it's
is a
probably
good
not.
movie, but no, I don't think there are any farmers in that movie. Let's go to Saul.
I have really no idea about this one either, so I'm gonna take a stab at the dark with another older Western that's got a number in it. I haven't seen it in ages, so I can't remember what it's about, but 7 Men from Now.
It is not 7 Men from Now. Remember, we're looking for years, not just numbers in the title. So now it goes to Chris as the last chance at this. Do you know the name of this movie?
I don't. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to make it out, but yeah. So, husband convinces son to murder his wife. No, I don't have a clue.
All right, we've got our first quadruple stumper. So this is the recent Stephen King adaptation, 1922. I guess I'm the only one here who's seen it. I thought it was pretty good, pretty good. Maybe I just have a partiality to movies with years in title.
I think that means you get a point.
That would be great if the host can get the point. I get the point if I just stump all of you with impossible questions. Anyway, let's see. We're moving on now to Mathieu has the first chance at the next question, and here's the description. The epic tale of a class struggle in 20th century Italy as seen through the eyes of two childhood friends on opposing sides. Mathieu, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that I don't know it. That sounds more familiar. That sounds like maybe I should know it. I'm trying to think of classic Italian titles with a year in them. I mean, I just said one. Maybe it's that one, but maybe Novecento. That's technically the name of a. Well, it's not the name of a year, but whatever. That's my answer.
We'll take the answer in Italian. Yes, this is 1900, the 4.5-hour Bernardo Bertolucci epic.
Wow.
Very well done.
It does mean 1900. It does literally mean 1900, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
It does. All right. So we have our final question of the round now, and Sol has the chance at it. Here's the description. In a dystopian future, a cross-country automobile race requires contestants to run down innocent pedestrians to gain points that are tallied based on each kill's brutality.
I think that's Death Race 2000.
It is indeed. You are correct. It is Death Race 2000. Well done. And that wraps up this round. So let me announce the scores, and then we'll move on to round two. So Saul is currently leading. No surprise, our returning champ with 3 points. And then tied for second is Chris and Mathieu with 2 points. Okay, let's move on now to the second round. So our second round is all about knowing actors and where they come from. Specifically for each question, I'll give you the name of an actor, and you'll tell me in which country that actor was born. This can sometimes be pretty tricky.
Oh, yeah.
Please remember that in all cases, I'm looking for the country, not a city or region. Also, please remember I'm looking for the country where these actors were born, not necessarily the one where they grew up or where they live now. So once again, we'll begin with Chris having the first chance at the first question. And the actor in question here is Pedro Pascal. Chris, do you know where Pedro Pascal was born?
I don't, and that's something I don't pay attention to at all in terms of where actors are born. Pedro Pascal. I have a couple of guesses.
Yes.
I have 3 in my mind, and I'm gonna go with the easiest one, though I think it might be wrong. I'm gonna guess Mexico.
It is not Mexico, but yeah, I'm glad you guessed because the name itself is a clue, isn't it? So we'll go to Clem. Clem, do you know where Pedro Pascal is from?
No, I don't. I don't really pay attention to the country where people are born. Yeah, okay. Even though his name sounds Spanish, I wonder if there's like maybe a twist or something. So I'm gonna go for Brazil.
It is not Brazil. Mathieu, do you know where Pedro Pascal is from?
I think I do. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was born in Chile.
That is correct. Yes, Pedro Pascal was born in Chile, though he mostly grew up in the United States. His family were political exiles from Chile. So well done, Mathieu. This might be a tough round for some of our contestants, but we'll forge ahead. All right, our second actor, and Clem has the first chance here, is Charlotte Rampling. Do you know where Charlotte Rampling is from?
Okay, I have a few guesses. I don't know for sure where she was born. I think it might have been France, actually, but I'm not sure at all. I'm gonna go for France anyway.
That's a very good guess, but it is incorrect in this case. Mathieu, do you know where Charlotte Rampling was born?
I don't. I would have said France too. I guess since it's incorrect, I'm going to go for the other obvious answer, but I kind of suspected something else. But I'm going to say the UK anyway.
You are correct. It is the UK. So this is one of those that's pretty tricky. Charlotte Rampling was born in the UK, but mostly grew up in France. She speaks French in plenty of movies, and from what I understand, she does it with an accent that sounds entirely native. So I think it's a pretty difficult one. But well done, Mathieu. For our third question, we begin with Mathieu, and in this case, the actor is Ana de Armas. Mathieu, do you know where Ana de Armas is from?
I don't. Obviously, she's Latino, but I'm gonna guess Cuba.
Very good guess. Yes.
What? Really? Wow.
Maybe you did know it somewhere like in your subconscious and you just pulled it out with what felt like a guess but was better.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well done. So it's your turn now. And in this case, the actor is Benicio del Toro.
I'm trying to work out whether I should go with what would seem like the obvious answer, but then we're having a lot of Latino actors in this part of the podcast, in this section. So I was thinking Mexico, but I'm thinking that's probably a bit too obvious. I actually think I remember reading some of those from Puerto Rico, although I don't know if that's correct. But I'm going to lock that in because I think Mexico just sounds too obvious.
So you're going with Puerto Rico?
Yes, but if it's Mexico, I'm going to kick myself.
It is not Mexico. It is Puerto Rico, or the United States if we look at the national level. So well done. Yes. All right. We're going to go back to our first contestant here. Chris, you have the first chance at the next actor. In this case, the actor is Anthony Quinn.
Like, again, I don't pay attention to where actors are from. I'm gonna... Anthony Quinn. I think this might be a bit more tricky. There's several different options. I could be kicking myself if I get this wrong. Is it Mexico as well? Probably not.
I don't know why you underrate yourself. It is indeed Mexico. This is one of the questions I was most looking forward to. Anthony Quinn is a tricky one. It's an Irish name, but obviously he did not have an Irish accent. And I don't know this for sure, but I feel like it has to be true. Anthony Quinn, I believe, more than any actor ever, played more nationalities and ethnicities on screen than anyone else.
I can believe that, yeah.
If you look at his IMDb list, he played everything from Mexican to Greek to Inuit to even Mongolian. So he's kind of a fascinating character. Chris, how did you know he was Mexican without actually knowing he was Mexican?
Well, I remember from Viva Zapata, obviously played the Mexican in that one. So that was a brief connection. I knew he wasn't I knew he wasn't American, and I was thinking, could he be British or Irish? But then I thought probably not, and I just thought maybe there's a Mexican connection there. But it was 90% wild guess, 10% remembering he played Mexicans a couple of times.
I guess I guess the theme of the quiz is Latin Americans and also Charlotte Rampling.
I mean, so he grew up mostly in the U.S. in El Paso and Los Angeles, but he was born in Chihuahua in Mexico, and he did have an Irish grandfather, from what I understand. It's just interesting. You connected with, among the 80 different nationalities he played, you connected with the right one. He did play Emiliano Zapato's brother in the movie.
Yes, with Marlon Brando playing the lead. Yeah, I also could have guessed Greek, of course.
Yeah, I think Anthony played Mexican a little bit more accurately, perhaps, than Marlon Brando did. All right, let's go to our next question. Clem has the first chance, and in this case, the actor is Omar Sharif.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I think I know as well. I mean, I know what his origins are. I just don't know if it's the same country where he was born. Guess I'm gonna go for Egypt.
Clem, that is correct. Well done. And it's interesting. You wonder at the country. Technically, when Omar was born, it was nominally independent, but very much sort of under British control at the time. But yes, you are correct. Omar Sharif was born in Egypt. All right, we go to Mathieu for the next actor. In this case, we're looking for the birthplace or birth country of Audrey Hepburn.
Okay, I think I know that one. I think she was Dutch, so from the Netherlands.
I know what you're thinking, but incorrect in this case.
Oh, okay.
Saul, you have a chance to steal.
I think early in her career, she was in a lot of British films like Young Wives' Tale, so I'm going to go with British.
Also incorrect. Chris, you have a chance now.
Well, same as before, I have no idea. But I think maybe she was born in a country where we wouldn't expect it, so I'm going to guess India.
Oh, I see what you're going for. But no, also incorrect. Interesting. Clem, you have the last chance of this. Can you rescue this question? Where was Audrey Hepburn born?
I don't know for sure either. United States sounds too obvious, so I don't think I'm gonna go for that. Yeah, I would be tempted to try something like Chris, maybe. Name a country. Could have been. What can it be? Could it be Mexico again? So I don't know. Well, let's go for Japan.
The birthplace of so many Japanese actors, as well as like Olivia de Havilland, who I considered putting into this quiz, but it is not Japan. So Mathieu, you probably came closest here. It's actually
Is
Belgium.
it Belgium? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And she was born in Belgium and grew up variously, moving around Belgium, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. So you collectively came very close.
Yeah, because there's a whole story of her having some part in some resistance thing, I think, during the war. But I thought
she was in Belgium or Netherlands during the war, and I think some tangential involvement with the resistance. I have heard, and I don't know if this is true, I suspect it isn't, but that the Dutch-Belgian famine of 1944 led to her to become gravely ill. But let's go to our last question in this round, which Sol has the first chance at. We are looking for the birth country of the actor Maximilian Schell.
Oh, this is a hard one. I don't know if I should go for the obvious with this one, because the obvious, if you're thinking about things like Judgment at Nuremberg, Germany would be the obvious one. But I think that just sounds too obvious. So I'm thinking maybe I should go for Switzerland or Austria, but then I don't know which. So maybe I should go for Germany. I don't know. I'm going to go with Austria, but that's a complete guess.
It is a good guess. It is indeed Austria. Maximilian Schell was born in Austria and moved as a young boy to Switzerland, again for political reasons after the Anschluss. Well done, Saul. You talked your way through the entire Germanosphere there, although you didn't consider Liechtenstein, perhaps smartly. So that concludes our second round here. Our scores at the moment, we have a tie in the lead. Mathieu and Saul both have 5 points. Chris has 3 points and Clem has 1. So we'll move on to our third round here. And in this round, you will once again have to identify the title of a movie. In this case, I'll give you the names of 3 or 4 characters in that movie, and you have to give me the title. I'll be using the character names as they are listed on IMDb. Reverse the order of the contestants to keep things fair. So for the next 2 rounds, it will go Saul to Mathieu to Clem to Chris. So in that case, Saul has the first chance at this question, and here are the 3 characters in this movie. We're looking for the movie that features Antonius Block, Mia, and Death.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know about the Mia, but I'm going to go with The Seventh Seal based on the other 2 names.
You are correct. This is the 7th deal with my namesake, Mr. Block over there. And of course, who can forget the character of Death, who you should never play in a chess game. So well done. We are going now for our second question to Mathieu, who will have the first chance at identifying the movie that featured Cameron Poe, Cyrus the Virus Grissom, and Agent Vince Larkin.
That all sounds quite familiar, but do I know what movie it is? Grissom. I'm gonna say The Matrix? I'm not sure.
It is not The Matrix. Clem, your chance to steal.
I'm not sure either of the movie it could be. I'm trying to think of a character named the Virus in the film. I don't know. I don't know.
Chris, you have the next chance at this question.
Yeah, like the others, I really have no idea. It's obvious that it's some kind of either spy film or something like that, but I really, really have no idea. So I'll just pass it on to Saul so he can continue winning.
All right, Saul, do you know this one?
Oh, well, I think so. I haven't seen the film in like 15 years, but I remember the Cyrus the goddamn virus quote. So I think the movie is Con Air.
You are correct, Saul. Well done, a classic of 90s action cinema. And, as people who know my taste know, I will always take an opportunity to put a Nick Cage question in every quiz that possibly can. You're actually fortunate it's not just 32 Nicolas Cage questions. All right, we're going on to the third question of the round, and this time Clem has the first chance at it. We're looking for the movie that features Ali Lapointe, Jafar, Colonel Mathieu, and Halima.
Okay, so I think I know what film it is. I'm just not sure. So I'm just gonna take a few seconds to think about that. Okay, because the film I have in mind is a film I've seen a few times, and I don't really remember some of those names. So I'm not sure if it's correct. Yeah, no, it's probably not the film I'm thinking of right now. What else can it be? Yes, yeah, I think I see what film it is. Can't find the title. What's the name?
You know the movie, but you forgot the title.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a no.
Yeah, okay, but well, thank you, Mathieu. I wouldn't have got without you, so thank you. The Battle of Algiers.
That is correct. Yes, glad you thought your way around to that. This is the Battle of Algiers, featuring Colonel Mathieu, who shares a name with one of our contestants. Well done. All right. For our fourth question, I love the character names in this movie. Chris gets the first chance at it. Which movie features the characters Kevin, Agamemnon, Napoleon, and Evil?
Just because these are the 4 top-billed names in the movie, or?
I'm not saying necessarily they're the first 4 characters, but they're not the, I'm not picking from the extras here.
Kevin, Agamemnon, Napoleon, Evil. Like, usually don't pay attention to character names that much. This looks like it could be something more obvious, though, given who is actually in there. Obviously, it's not a period piece when you have Kevin and Agamemnon and Napoleon next to each other.
I'm not sure Kevin was an ancient Greek name.
No, exactly. I think it's something I haven't seen, unless it's like Bill and Ted or something like that. So I think it might be that film about a museum, which had several sequels, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen any of them. Is it Night at the Museum?
It is not Night at the Museum. I think that's an excellent guess, though. So, Saul, you now have a chance to steal.
I don't know if I will get this one, but thinking along the lines of what Chris said and taking the guess that he didn't go with, there was the Napoleon in the Bill and Ted films. I'm going to say Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I admire Chris for throwing out that guess, which could have helped you, but in this case hurt you. It's a good guess, but it is not Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Mathieu, can you steal this point?
Yeah, I think Saul is going to regret it because I believe he loves that movie. Is it Time Bandits?
It is Time Bandits, yes. It makes sense that this would be a time travel movie like Bill and Ted, but in this case, it is Time Bandits. Saul, you don't love it, is that correct?
Yeah, it was my least favorite in the Lost episode that we did on Terry Gilliam. We talked about Brazil, Time Bandits, and Baron Munchausen, and Time Bandits was easily my least favorite of the three films.
Okay. I guess
Probably because the character names are so forgettable.
I think of you as a Gilliam fan, so that's why I thought that.
Oh, you don't have to feel bad then about missing this one. But we will go back to Saul to start, get the first chance at the fifth question. So Saul, this movie features the characters Marcello Rubini, Silvia, and Paparazzo. Saul, do you know what movie this is?
Well, it definitely sounds Italian. The question is of whether it's American Italian or whether it's Italian Italian. So, like, I'm tempted to say they could be supporting characters in one of the Godfather films, but then I'm tempted to say, because I'm thinking Marcello Mastroianni. I'm thinking, well, maybe it could be a Fellini film also. And then, in which case, which Fellini film would it be? So I could go with the Godfather one. I could guess a Fellini one. I'm gonna guess La Dolce Vita, but it could as easily be 8.5 or a Godfather film.
I'm really flabbergasted by your ability to talk your way to the correct answer through several minefields. So you are correct. This is La Dolce Vita. I think the big clue here is the character Paparazzo, who is the sort of celebrity photographer in the movie. That's the character name that inspired the term paparazzi. It's one of those rare cases where a movie actually affects the language we use every day.
Oh, wow, I did not know that. I thought it was just a generic name in the credits.
I mean, it was, and then it sort of influenced, I guess the movie was notable enough to change the way we speak about celebrity photographers. I should do a round someday just on language influenced by the movies. But we'll go now to Mathieu for the first chance at the next question. The characters in this movie include Blue, Green, and Lieutenant Garber. Mathieu, do you know what movie this is?
I have no idea. Clearly something kind of military, somewhat. But Blue and Green, so code names of some sorts. Maybe something sci-fi because of those names. I'm going to say, I don't know, Starship Troopers. No idea.
Not a bad guess, but incorrect in this case. So we'll go to Clem. Clem, do you know what movie this is?
I don't know either what the film is. I'm guessing Blue and Green are not their real names. Lieutenant Garber. Which film could it be? I'm gonna take a very, very wild guess and go for Full Metal Jacket.
I see what you're going for there as well, but that is also incorrect. So, Chris, you have the next chance at this question.
Yeah, like the others, I genuinely have no idea. With Blue Green, it feels like it could be some kind of parody or some kind of superhero thing on the maybe animated. I really don't know. I'm stumped. Might be something I haven't seen. If it's something I have seen, who knows? I'm just going to take a wild guess in the dark just because of the names and say Blue Beetle. I haven't seen that, but I mean, why not?
I also haven't seen it, so maybe there are characters with those names, but it is not Blue Beetle in this case. So Saul, you have the last chance. Can you rescue this question for us?
I don't think I can because the answer that's coming to mind, I don't think is the correct answer. But I recently got the chance to see Reservoir Dogs on the big screen, and there is a Mr. Blue in there. There isn't a Mr. Green, unless this is a character which isn't on screen. I don't know who Lieutenant Garber is, but it could be the guy who was training the mole. I'm not going to reveal the plot spoiler there, so I don't know. I'm going to go with Reservoir Dogs, but it's probably not.
I think that's the best wrong answer because there are characters named Blue and Green in Reservoir Dogs, but Tarantino was influenced in selecting those names by instead the movie The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, where all the criminals have code names that are colors, and Lieutenant Garber is the police lieutenant played by Walter Matthau. So you're the only one that fell into the trap answer, but you came the closest. All right. For our next movie, Clem will have the first chance at it. The character names here are Grigory Vakulinchuk, Commander Golikov, and Chief Officer Gil Yarovsky.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so I have a few films that come to mind, actually, for Soviet Union, most likely, obviously. I have two films in my mind that could be it. I'm gonna go for Potemkin, maybe.
You are correct. Yes, this is Battleship Potemkin. I think you reasoned your way to the right answer here. We needed a Russian movie, obviously, that involved some sort of military ranks. So well done.
Thank you.
All right. So for our final question in this round, we go to Chris. And in this case, the movie features the characters Damiel, Cassiel, Marion, and their film star.
That sounds really, really, really familiar, but I genuinely have no idea. So, what could that be? I'm not going to be able to talk my way through it, so I'm just going to guess Inglourious Bastards.
It is not Inglourious Bastards. Saul, do you know the title of this movie?
I'm totally stumped with this one. I know I should be trying to offer a guess, but I don't know. The film star, that's just totally throwing me, so I'm not sure. I mean, if I try to talk my way through it, it's going to have to be a German film with a film star in it. So, a German film about films. Okay, Mature's writing, leave it to me. So, okay, look, I think that's only fair because any guesses I had would just be stabs in the dark. So, I'm going to pass on this one.
Don't want to take a wild guess?
No, because if I took a wild guess, it would really be a wild guess, and then it's gonna really. Oh no, Mature's saying I should try and figure it out. Well, I don't know. So it's a German film that it's about filmmaking, or about directors, or about a filmmaker. I don't know. Nothing's really springing to mind at the moment. That's okay. Look, it's okay. I'll leave this one to Mature. It's fine.
Annoyingly, I think I know now.
Chris has maybe figured it out, but Mathieu has the chance. Mathieu, do you know this movie?
So I think I know it. I'm not sure, but it's obviously German, right? Der Filmstar. And Damiel and Cassiel are typical angel names. And Der Filmstar would be Peter Falk then, because it might be Der Himmel über Berlin or The Wings of Desire.
Very well done, Mathieu. You figured it out. Yes, Der Filmstar is the IMDb character name of the character played by Peter Falk. I always thought he was playing himself, and I guess in a sense he was, but the character name in the credits is just Der Filmstar, and I apologize for the German pronunciation there. So, Saul, I think you were moving in the right direction. You picked up that it was German, but well done, Mathieu, on getting that right. So that concludes our third round. I'll update you all on the scores. Currently, we have Saul in the lead with 8 points. Mathieu is close behind with 7 points. And then Chris and Clem are tied with 3 points. So we go now to our fourth and final round. For this round, I will give you the titles of 3 movies, and you have to identify the actor who appeared in all 3. And we're using the same order, so we're going to begin with Saul. And Saul, you'll have to tell me which actor appears in You Can Count on Me, The Squid and the Whale, and The Savages.
Oh, that's an easy one. Laura Linney.
I guess it is easy. You are correct. Well done. So for the next one, Mathieu has the first chance. And Mathieu, you'll have to tell me which actor appeared in Pepe Le Moco, Port of Shadows, and The Sicilian Clan.
I would say the previous one was not easy. Not to me, anyway. That one, I guess
it was easy. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
I was going to say,
no
it was easy because she got Oscar nomination for The Savages. And I think she might have also for You Can Count on Me. I don't know. But You Can Count on Me was either her or Mark Ruffalo. And obviously wasn't going to be Mark Ruffalo. I'm sorry if you didn't find that easy. I found it easy. I'm going to stop talking over you now.
No problem, Saul. This one I do think is easy. I think it's Jean Gabin. I haven't seen Le Clan des Siciliens, but I think he's in it.
I think it's a skippable movie, but in any case, you are definitely correct. So maybe this one was easy as well, at least for some of our contestants. This is the great French actor Jean Gabin. We go to Clem now. Clem, can you tell me which actor was in Blonde Venus, History Rides Again, and Judgment at Nuremberg?
Okay, I haven't seen any of those films. I haven't seen Judgment at Nuremberg.
That will probably make this difficult.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take a guess and go for Mitchum.
It is not Robert Mitchum. Chris, do you know who appeared in all three of these movies?
Marlene Dietrich.
Yes, indeed. This is the German and later American actor Marlene Dietrich. So Chris now has a chance to double up with our fourth question. We're looking for the actor who appeared in MASH, The Silent Partner, and Ocean's 13.
Ocean's 13, I don't know, because I know Saul loves those movies. Those are completely forgettable to me. I have no idea who are in those films except for the main cast, but MASH and Silent Partner has... Oh, wait, yes, I know. I think I know that. It's Elliot Gould.
Yes, correct. And how dare you say that MASH is forgettable? Unforgivable.
MASH is very good. I said that Ocean's 13.
That I agree is forgettable. Saul apparently likes it a lot.
Ocean's 13 is better than MASH.
Wow. We need to have an emergency podcast just on this topic.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know. It's far less homophobic. That's one thing.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, a movie of its time. We should perhaps at some point do an Elliot Gould podcast. We'll go back to Saul for our fifth question. We're looking for the actor who appeared in Raise the Red Lantern, Farewell My Concubine, and Miami Vice.
Gong Li, or sometimes it would be pronounced Li Gong.
Correct. Well done. I thought that one was going to be difficult, but I think you've got a good handle on this category, Saul. We'll go to Mathieu for the next one. We're looking for the actor who appeared in Nine Queens, XXY, and The Secret in Their Eyes.
I like the previous one better. This one, I've seen The Secret in Their Eyes. It has the great Argentine actor Ricardo Darin. I'm going to guess that. I know XXY is also an Argentinian film, so I'm going to guess that. Ricardo Darin.
You are correct. It is Ricardo Darin. I think there's some sort of law that Ricardo Darin is required to appear in every Argentine movie. At least
he's great, to be fair.
He is great. He is great. He's a great actor. I feel, though, he shows up in pretty much every Argentine movie that I see. For our next question, Clem has the first chance. We're looking for the actor who appeared in Hour of the Wolf, The Emigrants, and Autumn Sonata.
Oh god, I'm gonna hate myself if I don't get this one. This is why I'm so bad at quizzes. I always get the answers, but I just can't get the names to come when I need. I think Max von Sydow.
It is not Max von Sydow. Chris, you know who this is.
Yeah, I was honestly going to go with Max von Sydow too. I just couldn't remember. He's not in Autumn Sonata, but I just kept getting Max von Sydow. But I think it's Liv Ullmann.
You are correct. This is Liv Ullmann. This is the The one where you have to think up who among the Ingmar Bergman, stock company would appeared in all three movies. Max von Sydow was in the Emigrants, and was he also in Hour of the Wolf? I can't even remember.
Yeah, he's the lead in Hour of the Wolf.
Tricky one then. So yeah, the Max quick guess is a good one, but it was Liv Ullmann. So for our final question, we go back to Chris, and we're looking for the actor who appeared in The Penalty, He Who Gets Slapped, and West of Zanzibar.
Oh, yes, this is really easy for me. It's Lon Chaney.
You are correct. This is Lon Chaney Sr., the man of 1,000 faces, perhaps my favorite silent era actor. Folks, that wraps up our quiz. We'll announce the scores now in reverse order. Clem with 3 points. Chris made a late charge and got up to 7 points. Mathieu has 9 points. And our once and returning champion is Saul with 10 points. There is no prize, but Saul, you get bragging rights until the next episode. Congrats, Saul.
Okay, thank you. I want to thank all the other players also. I do think it was incredibly close. I thought Mature was actually going to win this time. So I thought it was incredibly close. And thank you also, Chris and Clem, for coming on the episode. And thank you also, Adam, because you got a number of points also, I think. We should count the questions that none of us got as points towards you.
Yeah.
One might argue it's a failure of the quiz master if no one gets the question. But sure, I'll take the points. Everyone, thank you so much for participating. All of our contestants, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And if you enjoyed it, and if our audience enjoyed it, perhaps we'll return at some point for the Big Quiz Show Part 3. But until then, thanks everyone. That's it.
You have been listening to Talking Images, the official podcast of icmforum.com.